Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to Somerville Veterans Memorial Arena for tonight's matchup between the Varsity Broncos from Keefe Technical High School and your Somerville Highlanders. And now for the introduction of our starting lineup first for the visiting Broncos. Starting out with senior number 11, Aragao. That's senior number 5, John Martel. On right wing, and junior number 8, Keefe. On left bench, junior number 12, Zach Lysis. On right bench, junior number 15, Eli Jackson. And starting goal, junior number 25, Chris Keefe. The Broncos are coached by Mr. Billy Slade. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the home team, starting for the Highlanders. Starting at left wing, senior and assistant captain, number 7, That's their senior head captain of the Highlanders, number 4, Matthew. Starting out the right wing, sophomore, number 11, Brandon Hart. On left defense, sophomore, and assistant captain of the Highlanders, number 14, Shea Stowe. And on right defense, junior, number 5, Pasquale Campanile. And starting your goal, sophomore, number 31, David Jackson. This is going to provide and the head coach and his 50-year sister, Chris Pipasso. Ladies and gentlemen, we have you rise through your hats to honor those who serve and protect America with the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome to Somerville Highlander Hockey on Somerville Ed TV. I'm Todd Harmon alongside Tyler Aragao. And tonight, the Highlanders welcome in the Keefe Tech Broncos as Keefe Tech comes in 6-7 overall, ranked number 40 in Division 4. Highlanders 9-7, Tyler, ranked number 25 in Division 3. Two ways to get into the playoffs, be in the top 32 or get a 10th win. The Highlanders are in the top 32 currently and can get the 10th win tonight.
And they can do it at a place where they've had success this year, Todd. They've won 5 out of their 9 home games this year, and they come back to the Vet on a 3-game winning streak. So an opportunity to continue that momentum against the Broncos team that's lost their last 3. And when you get to this time of the year, Todd, you get towards the playoff picture. both of these teams want to start showing that they're capable of playing their best hockey down the stretch. But for the Highlanders, destiny is in your hands, and you want to keep it that way here on home ice.
Islanders about to get underway. Matt DeAngelis in the face-off circle. He wins it back. Chris Casesso out on the ice with him as well. Running mates, both 100-point scorers in their careers here at Somerville, as Casesso picks up the puck mid-boards, but stolen away by Keefe Tech. As we are underway here at the Vet, the Broncos have it in the slot. That one fired off. I think it got to a post and moved aside, as Candelino will pick it up behind the net. And unable to clear are the Highlanders, as the Broncos do keep it in.
And that hit the bar square there. Zeke Bogosian caught the bend of the post, beat Jackson high over that left arm, and caught the crossbar and bend of that far post right down and out.
Now DeAngelis able to move it out for the Highlanders into the attacking zone. Back behind the net, taken away from him by Zach Lysett. Zantinelli into the game. He will dump it into the zone and follow it down the boards. Starter for the Broncos in net, Chris Day, a junior. Highlanders have the sophomore Damian Jackson in between the pipes. As that one dumped out of the zone, sent back in by the Highlanders, as Antonelli will get it mid-boards. Picked up by Tim Jones as he tries the forehand shot, goes wide to the near side. Puck is picked up by Matt Day, sent up ice. Speed into the zone, quick glove there as Damian Jackson whips that one out of the air and will hold on.
And that's another chance coming down the wing for Bogosian. He had the game's first great chance. Got that rink-wide feed, far circle, and he had his spot labeled nearly accurate, Todd. He beat Jackson clean, but goaltender's best friend helping the Highlanders out early in this game as they catch a break, but Jackson comes up with a strong glove save there on that shot off the rush.
As Keefe Tech able to keep it in on the forecheck. As they move it back to the point to Will Dubois, but he loses it as Braden Hart's able to get it out, but just couldn't quite get to it, as Anastos was able to get to it first. And that'll be a goal for the Highlanders. I did not even see what happened there, Tyler.
Surprising goal, because I was just about to say, Todd, Braden Hart pushed that puck just a bit too far ahead, but all kudos to him because he stuck with the play, found a way past his check, and ended up getting the puck on the other side, and I don't think the goaltender, Day, ever expected he would have a chance to shoot it. Caught down there along the post, and Hart was able to just beat him upstairs after it looked like it was a broken play.
Tremendous shot there by Braden Hart, his fourth goal of the season. Highlanders lead this one 1-0. As I mentioned to you in the pregame, or while we were talking pregame, as DeAngelis breaks in, couldn't quite get that one in past Day. Had an opportunity here near side.
And he had some space there too. He didn't miss by much.
And the shot put on it there by Martell, pushed aside by Jackson. Quick back and forth action as Candelino will dump this one in for the Highlanders. Casesso picks it up, sends it back around. Keefe Tech gets control of the puck in their defensive end. Stolen away by DeAngelis on the forecheck. He drops it back, looking for Casesso in the slot. Gets past him. And now Casesso has it mid-boards to DeAngelis behind the net. Tries to get it back to the point, but stolen away by the Broncos. As that will be dumped in, Broncos go for a change behind. And Candelino sends it up ice. Costa pulls the string on that one, or Marco Lewis, pulls the string on that one as Luis dumped it in. Candelino will pinch in from the point. Looks for the backhand there, shovels it past the net.
Kept taking this space that was afforded to him there, Todd, and you know that this Highlander team likes to get their defense active in the play.
Tim Jones with a shot there, rolled away from the goalie Day as the rebound came away from him.
Really good shift here from this second line for the Highlanders. It starts with Marco Lewis. You mentioned he was the player that got that puck at center ice, dumped it in, and since then, that forecheck for the Highlanders really has been able to get themselves engaged.
Yeah, Antonelli once again holding that puck in. Now the Broncos finally able to break out, and a good check right there at the blue line. as they're able to stand up Bogosian before he got in. Antonelli now into the attacking zone, looking to get it to the slot. There's Tim Jones, and there is a Highlander goal. Tim Jones mucking him around the crease area, knows what to do with it, puts it in the back of the net with 11:01 remaining here in the first period. Highlanders lead by 2.
It's got the goaltender Dave frustrated with the Highlanders after a strong shift in the attacking zone. They waste no time getting the puck back in. Kyle Antonelli tried to stuff it on the first attempt. Dave was able to hold the post, but then Tim Jones just camping around the side of the net, Todd, gets a loose puck and just finds a way to bank it in through the post and the goaltender.
And DeAngelis pulls that away at the face-off circle, enters into the attacking zone as Casesso centers, goes behind the net. Hart looking to pick it up here on the boards, but Broncos will come out with it. As it goes across to DeBoer. DeBoer gets it taken away by DeAngelis. DeAngelis pulls the brakes there, but couldn't quite get past the defender. DeBoer brings it up ice. As Keefe Tech will dump it in, that's Dubow dumping that one in. As Matt Day tries to get it out towards the point, Highlanders take it away as Casesso will dump it out of the defensive zone. DeAngelis with the forecheck, steals it away. He's in on Day, fires that one. Day able to stop that one and able to clear the rebound away by a defender. But the Highlanders get another bite at the apple as DeAngelis will put that in the back of the net.
Well, I was just about to say that's a huge save for Chris Day, stopping DeAngelis point blank, but very apt description, Todd. They get another bite at the apple. Shane Doe keeps a puck alive at the point, doesn't get it through all the way. There was traffic in front, but it finds the goal scorers somehow, and it finds Matt DeAngelis. He wasn't going to miss second time around, not from that in close. 29th goal of the season for DeAngelis, who just continues to rack up the points. One of the best players to ever put on a uniform for the Somerville Highlanders in this program. What a senior season he's having.
No doubt about that. As he picks up the goal, you noted his 29th of the season. Could go for big 3-0 tonight as that gets in on Jackson. Lost it for a second, but was able to be picked up by Shane Doe. Now, DiCarlo breaking in. Ben DiCarlo seen an increase in his ice time, and he's played very well with it as he breaks in, looking to get towards the slot there, but couldn't quite get there. And now Keefe Tech will get it out of the attacking zone.
And Todd, that's 2 goals in 56 seconds for the Highlanders, who have pounced all over the visiting Broncos here, just how you want to start a game off here at home with playoff implications on the line.
Casesso now with speed into the attacking zone. He's got DeAngelis behind him. Dropped it to him. DeAngelis back to Casesso, but that's intercepted by the Broncos. So they look to dump it in, trying to get it to Bogosian. Got past him, in towards Jackson, and he'll cover that and hold.
Don't mind taking the whistle there. Good run of play of late. Highlanders trolling things early. They've got a 3-0 lead, but now you want to see how they're going to remain engaged in this game. You don't want to see bad habits start to seep in. You want to continue this strong start through the first period. You want to keep it clean in this area of the ice in front of Damian Jackson.
And the Highlanders able to dump that out of the zone. Matt Costa on the ice for the Highlanders. Number 13 got it out. There he is in the slot trying to control. Unable to quite get that one towards the net, though.
Bouncing puck. That was a good stick there from Godino.
So Highlanders steal it away and neutralize. Shane Doe gets it to Casesso, who dumps it in. Highlanders go for the change behind. As DiCarlo will dump that back in. Strike that. That's Pinero dumping that in. Doe holds it in. Rebound given up by Day. Trying to jump on it was Costa.
Left it there.
And Doe just barely unable to keep that one in. Came out by about an inch. It's going to be an offsides. So faceoff comes outside the Keefe Tech zone. Of course, Highlander hockey not the only opportunity for the playoffs. Girls basketball already in the playoffs as they will celebrate senior night tomorrow night, Tuesday, February 11th, 6:30 at Bruin Fieldhouse. Come on out and celebrate the seniors as they have broken through into the playoffs this year.
Wish them all the best, and all of those seniors as well who get honored tomorrow remember my senior day, approaching 10 years now, which is crazy to think about.
That's a group of seniors that 2 years ago had 2 wins, last year 6 wins, and this year they have 11 wins with 2 games remaining as they prepare for a playoff run. So a tremendous turnaround there for the Highlander girls basketball team. And head coach Ricardo Bonhomme, congratulations to him as well. As Shane Doe will get this out of the zone for the Highlanders. Moved up ice, fired towards the net, but blocked aside by Schachter. Tim Jones gets control there and neutral ice, sends it back in.
That was a good stick from Ben DiCarlo there. He was trying to head off for a change, and he does eventually get to the bench, but before he does, makes a great play in neutral ice to break up a potential play like that, because now you're starting to see the Broncos looking to stretch things out and get some players in behind that Highlander defense.
Candelino able to get in the way of that pass as they were trying to get it back in behind to Anastas. Anastas, though, able to come away for a moment, but the Highlanders get it away as DeAngelis controls. He'll turn on the Jets, trying to get through the defense in neutral ice. Broncos control as they get it out to Bogosian. Bogosian's got a great shot. He will take it there. Calm and cool is Jackson as he puts the glove to it and holds on. 6:29 remaining in the first period. Highlanders up by 3.
And they'll happily take shots like that, Todd, because you have confidence that if Jackson's able to see it, even if it's from distance, and you know Bogosian can shoot the puck, he's not been afraid to let it fly so far, but if Jackson can see it, in all likelihood he's going to stop it. So far, so good.
As that puck sent across the ice, DeAngelis will take it in. Casesso sends it to the slot where Hart was waiting, couldn't quite get the backhand off. Shane Doe with the shot, goes wide to the far side as Casesso picks it up, sends it back to the point. Shane Doe tried to tic-tac-toe it to Casesso. He ends up picking it up along the boards. Oh, Hart just barely not able to pick it up in the slot, and it ends up out of the zone.
Just a touch underneath his stick, otherwise he's got a golden look there in between those hash marks.
As Hart looking for his second goal of the game. Casesso controlling over on the boards, pressed up against there. Puck comes out, controlled by the Broncos. As Anastas breaking in, fires that one off the blocker. Believe the leg pad there of Jackson.
Real good stop there off that right leg pad.
Now Casesso reverses. Down ice, look at the speed of Chris Casesso as he's able to get it into the attacking zone as the Highlanders get a change behind. Now Antonelli and Jones on the forecheck. Nice job there by, once again, DiCarlo as he broke up that pass.
And earlier, that was Nate DeBoer, or check that rather. That was Chris Anastasio, the forward, who got back, closing in on Chris Casesso. You know that's his trademark there, the speed that he possesses, especially when he's carrying the puck. That was a clean play earlier. This one is not.
No, it was not, as the elbow came out and Antonelli ended up into the boards. So the Highlanders will have the man advantage with the 3-goal lead to see if they can build upon that. 4:52 remaining here in the first period. Highlanders off to a scorching start, Tyler.
Yeah, they've got a good opportunity to try and continue the work they've been able to develop in the attacking zone early on in this game, Todd. At 5-on-5, they've had good sustained pressure, been able to work pucks around, they get their D incorporated. That's an asset of this team that makes them different, especially when they're on the attack. And so you've got Shane Doe out there, expect him to handle the puck a lot.
Shane Doe over to Casesso, back to Shane Doe as he runs things from the point, fires that one in, the rebound was available. DeAngelis just couldn't quite get the backhand directed into the net.
He had it on the backhand too, but too many sticks in the way that time.
Now DeAngelis tries to get it to the slot, gets a second shot at that one, fires it right at Day, who knocks it down. It's DiCarlo in there, got a shot off as well. DeAngelis behind the net, he'll reverse things. As he pokes it out towards the point. Doe trying to hold it in, but unable to. Now an opportunity for the Broncos as that'll come squirting in and be handled by Damian Jackson. Nice job there by Jackson. That's a wild bouncing puck coming at him.
That could have been a lot worse too, because you're not expecting that all of a sudden at the line to see transition like that. But it can happen quickly, and those bouncing pucks can be tricky. Jackson squares up to it, stick down on the ice. He's got the glove there to support it. You don't like taking faceoffs in your own zone when you're on the power play, but again, could have been a lot worse for the Highlanders.
Minute 23 remaining in the penalty as the face-off occurs.
And you don't want to waste precious time here on the power play, Todd. Less than 70 seconds now to work with. Got to move up out of your own zone here quickly.
Candolino tries to carry out, ends up back onto Carlo's stick, who will send it up for Antonelli. That was not touched by Antonelli, so it goes through clean for the icing. So the faceoff will come all the way back to the Highlander end again. Less than a minute remaining in the man advantage.
Well, we just had the Super Bowl yesterday and saw Patrick Mahomes running around for his life. And in this instance, the Highlanders, just like the Chiefs were at times, you're losing yardage here. Keep going backwards into your own zone, taking faceoffs in your own zone. Under a minute now of power play time is left, and if you're the Broncos, you'll happily take advantage of these mental lapses.
DeVoe gets that in from the point, fired wide. Highlanders trying to clear it out, and they're able to. Everything along the boards, though, is a critical second ticking away. So Highlander power play remaining 35 seconds, and Braden Hart carries it in. He'll fire that one wide to the far side as Antonelli will pick it up mid-boards. Sends it back to the point to Doe. As Doe takes his time, looking for Hart. Hart spins, gives it to Tim Jones, back to Hart. Hart leaves it back behind, and then he picks it up. Now Tim Jones gives it to Antonelli, who breaks his stick on that one. He really had a nice look at it in the slot, but broke the stick.
Quite literally a tough break for the Highlanders and for Kyle Antonelli, because they finally get that look set up, but the stick right down the middle of the shaft, it fails them. And the Broncos are going to have to get themselves through that penalty kill, and we'll see now, Todd, under 3 minutes to go. You're down by 3, but this is a moment in the game where you can now try and get some momentum turned back in your favor, getting that penalty kill off successfully.
2.5 minutes remaining in the period. Concesso will send that down the boards, and it will come out for an icing. So the faceoff comes back to the Highlander end, just kind of tipping the ice the Keefe Tech way is what's going on right now. And then momentum might be shifting a bit.
And it's very gradual, but you've got a little bit of something to work with here if you're the Broncos. 2:28 to go. Strong penalty kill. Day comes up with a few saves. You get that break there with Antonelli's stick shattering, but overall, you did well to get through that 2 minutes. Now can you find a way to get a goal and try and chip your way back into this hockey game?
As they have the opportunity here, breaking in as a shot by Martell, held on to right in the chest of Damian Jackson as he squared himself up to handle that shot.
And I believe that was Pasquale Candolino there who was just able to do enough, but credit to Martell, he still gets a good shot off on the forehand, but Candolino forces him to go a bit closer to that goal line. Good stop by Jackson, though, right into his chest.
As the shot from the point by Schachter goes wide, DeAngelis will pick it up but not be able to clear it out. As Keefe Tech able to hold it in. Shot goes wide, blocked, I should say wide.
That went off Jackson there, hit him off the chest protector.
As Anastas with that shot. Now DeAngelis on the forecheck, able to get control there. As he's working behind the net into the corner, where Martell is able to take it away for a moment, but then Antonelli holds it in. Gets all the way back to the point. There's Shane Doe, he holds it in. DeAngelis has it on the boards, looks for Antonelli, and there, on the back door, just waiting, was Chris Concesso as Antonelli fed it right over to him.
That's number 20 for Chris. A layup there to give the Highlanders a 4-0 first period lead, and Shane Doe's not going to get credited with an assist, but he makes the play along the blue line, buys time, surveys, and looks over his options. Finds a man open along the boards, DeAngelis, and then Antonelli looks like he was trying to tip that on goal. And even though it doesn't get on to the netminder Day, it finds a wide open Chris Concesso, who will happily take that late here in this period.
As Concesso and DeAngelis adding to their over 100 points apiece in their career. DeAngelis a secondary assist, Concesso with the goal. Antonelli right in the middle with the primary assist. Now picked up once again as the Highlanders break in under a minute remaining. Tim Jones will snipe that one from just outside the face-off circle. Oh my goodness. High to the stick side, and it's 5-0.
Tim Jones, a 2-goal period, 5-goal period for the Highlanders, who coming into this game have scored 6 goals or more in their last 3. They've already got 5 here. This is reminiscent of the game against Plymouth South back in early January. Very similar start for the Highlanders in that game, and another quick pair of goals. Tim Jones, he's creeping up on double digits now. That's his 9th of the season.
Yeah, Timmy got 9 goals, 2 tonight. One of those seniors that we'll be celebrating here is there will be senior night here on Wednesday against Methuen. A heck of a challenge there as DeAngelis is in, and the net comes off its moorings before he could get the shot off with 21.5 seconds remaining in the first period. Highlanders with a 5-0 lead. Quick note on that Methuen game, that will be at 6:30 here at the Vet, 6:30 on Wednesday. That will be Wednesday, February 12th at 6:30 against number 10, Methuen, who has already defeated the Highlanders 7-2 earlier this season at Methuen. So a great matchup. Everybody needs your support here at the Vet on senior night on Wednesday the 12th. 10 seconds remaining here in the period, and a heck of a period for the Highlanders as the goals came quick. They had a 3-goal lead within the first 5 minutes, and it is a 5-0 lead for the Highlanders as we look towards the second period of action here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back at the Vet, Veterans Memorial Ice Rink in Somerville. Highlanders leading the Keefe Tech Broncos by the score of 5-0. The goals came fast, the goals came furious. I'm Todd Harmon alongside Tyler Aragao here on Somerville Ed TV. And Tyler, the goals were all over the place. It led by 3, 5 minutes into the period, lead by 5 after the period.
8 players with a point already for the Highlanders after 1 period of play, and that 5-goal outburst leads to a goaltending change. Hugh Burnham is going to take over, senior goaltender, see what he can do to try and stop the bleeding here. It looked like the Broncos were going to get some momentum late in that period after the penalty kill, but those 2 quick goals late from Chris Casesso and then Tim Jones in about a 45-second span, really just demoralizing to have that happen to you in the final minute and 20 seconds of the first.
Tim Jones, 2 goals in that period. The first, a very Tim Jones goal where he picked up some stuff around the goal and was in the right place at the right time. But that second one, that was a snipe from the face-off circle, and a beautiful one. As Hart swings and misses there, he was lined up to test Mr. Burnham right off the bat. So the Highlanders with that 5-0 lead, trying to keep that offensive momentum going. But breaking in is going to be Martell. As he's pushed up against the boards, DeAngelis is able to get the puck away from him, and he drops it off to Hart. And Hart's pass blocked away. Martell comes away with it. That's going to be fired in by Anastos. As it went wide into the glass, Hart tried to pick it up, but taken away by Martell. That shot fired wide of the net by Bogosian.
Not going to be afraid to shoot the puck, Todd, that's for sure. Down by 5. If you get an opportunity inside or below the dots, why not just take a chance to let it fly?
Shane Doe intercepts that pass. He'll dump it in. Doe had an excellent first period for the Highlanders. As he dumps that further in, holding it for a moment, but now it's going to be carried out by Bogosian. As it's picked up there by Ben DiCarlo. DiCarlo speeds around the Highlander goal, drops that one off, and that's going to be a penalty right there as the boarding call. Antonelli took the brunt of that one. So Highlanders will get their second power play opportunity. As the whistle sounds on the stoppage. 13-19 remaining in the second period. Highlanders will get their second man advantage. Broncos able to kill off that first man advantage. This time Bogosian going into the box for the Broncos.
A pretty hard hit along the far side. Antonelli turning his back towards the play, and one of those plays that you just can't finish through in that area of the ice up along the boards. And after the Highlanders run successful in the first period, see if they can add to their lead here. Want to pick up where you left off early on in the second period.
Chris Casesso looks to control for the Highlanders here on the near boards. He goes to the ice, but Candelino comes away with it as he puts it near far side to DeAngelis, who tried to center it, looking for DiCarlo, and DiCarlo gets a swing in there, but it's blocked by Burnham. So the Highlanders looking to test Burnham just into the game here to open the second period. Casesso gets it over, looking for Candelino, but he couldn't hold on to the stick, couldn't hold on to the puck on his stick.
Too hot to handle for him and for Doe, but Highlanders have really been executing those east to west passes, those rink-wide passes, but it's just been a little touch off on the execution to finish.
As DeAngelis dekes in, gives it off to DiCarlo, who swings. That one gets blocked by a defender, and there is Mr. Candelino to put it home as he goes high on the stick side of young Mr. Burnham. And I should say, Pasquale Candelino gets his third of the season.
And it's a power play goal that just results on the Highlanders sticking with it. They re-enter the zone. They don't waste any time. All three guys moving their feet, attacking the net. They can't hit on the centering feed. But Candelino supports and hangs around the goal. The puck finds him and he finishes it stick side.
Marco Luis gets this one in for the Highlanders as he touches that one towards Antonelli, who just couldn't quite get it into the net as it goes wide. And the whistle sounds here as the net has come off of its moorings. We will readjust that. 12-10 remaining here in the second period. Highlanders looking for the 10th win of the season, currently ranked number 25 in Division III. Both cases would get them into the playoffs as they look for their third straight playoff appearance here in the MIAA State Division III playoffs. As the whistle sounds, face-off's going to come out of the zone. On the offside. Highlanders leading this one 6-0 now. Tim Jones wins that puck. Candelino chases that one down. Marco Luis has it in the corner, trying to get control along with Tim. Puck comes out. Opportunity there for Martel, but it gets blocked by Pinero. Now back to the point. Lysett sends it around. Schachter, he'll send it in. That one kicked aside by Jackson. As Keefe Tech trying to get past Damian Jackson, trying to keep it in as Martel will spin and send it back in. Pinero picks it up behind the net. Antonelli along the boards tries to get it out, but is unable to. As it's kept in, chased down by Candelino. Marco Luis unable to get it out. Now Tim Jones, he'll take a swing at it, try to clear it out, and he's able to. As Antonelli trying to get on that, as Luis also unable to. Bogosian dumps that one in. Off of Jackson. As line changes are going on for both teams.
There's a good response shift there for the Broncos. A couple times they were able to keep the Highlanders pinned up along the boards and along the points, but ultimately they just can't get anything out of it.
As DeAngelis now gives it over near boards to Candelino. DeAngelis will pick it up. Coming up from behind the net here on the near side. Drops it back to Candelino. Candelino cycles it down low to Casesso. Casesso tries to hit Candelino, cutting through the slot. Goes behind the net. Doe keeps it in. Now Casesso trying to just turn it around and poke it in. unable to there. Nice job by Burnham. Speed for the number 4 is down ice, and Colin Troppo loses that race to DeAngelis. It's Candelino and DeAngelis trying to control and get it out for the Highlanders. Martell keeps it in, fired in from the point. Strike that, that's Culp who kept it in. That puck fired up high and out of play. 9:49 remaining here in the second period. Highlanders with the 6-0 lead, looking to clinch their 3rd straight appearance in the postseason. With a victory tonight, they get their 10th win, and they will have their 3rd straight appearance in the postseason. Ranked number 25, dependent upon what's going on in that ranking area, they might be hosting a qualifying game or be straight through into the round of 32. We will see when those pairings will come out. Those pairings, by the way, will be out on the weekend of February 21st and 22nd. That's a Friday and a Saturday. Pairings will come out around those times. Qualifying games will be early the following week in the 23rd, 24th, 25th range. Of course, that's very, very important, not only for hockey, but for girls basketball as well as boys basketball, because the Highlander boys have made a late charge and they are 2 wins away from qualifying for the playoffs themselves. We will have coverage of all 3 of their final games, in which they need to win 2 of those 3 here on Somerville Ed TV, as Kevin Scott and Jeff Argenziano will have the cover of those games on the 14th, the 18th, and the 20th, as the boys look to close out the season in the playoffs as well. A 3-fer for winter sports for the Highlanders is possibly in the offing. Tim Jones wins that draw, but Keefe Tech able to keep it in. Ben DiCarlo picks it up, and he is heading down ice. See Deeks around his defender. Heads it for the slot. Burnham able to poke it back with the stick. DiCarlo keeps it in at the point. He's got Jones with him. He passes it to Jones. Tim just couldn't quite get the blade to it.
Hannistos with a good stick there on Tim Jones. Otherwise, he's got the hat trick.
As DiCarlo sent that one back out into the slot, but nobody could get a hold of it. Sent all the way down ice by Keefe Tech, and that will be an icing. 8:58 remaining in the second period. Highlanders lead it 6-0.
Well, it's just a real unselfish play from Ben DiCarlo. Keeps a puck inside the line, something the Highlanders have done really well as a team here tonight. And he has a great opportunity to walk in and shoot. But sees Tim Jones going to the net, almost connects with him.
As Casesso almost collected that one, but almost cleared out. But there's Shane Doe once again at the point, holding in. Now Keefe Tech has the rush here. As they break into the attacking zone. Cycling around now. Bogosian will send it deeper. Picked up far boards by Anastas. Unable to clear it though as he swung and missed, and now DeAngelis comes in. Dumps it to Casesso on the near boards. It's Candelino, or DiCarlo I should say, keeps it in. Candelino keeps it in at the point. Nice job by Pasquale as he gives it to Casesso. Pinero. Strike that, Zach Howe. As I look deep down the line, Zach Howe gets his first goal of the season.
He's going to get a real big hug on the bench. They'll grab the puck for him. 8:08 to go in the second period, and just another great play inside the line. The Highlanders just don't let a puck get out of their sight. And it's crisp. It's just a beautiful pass is what
Absolutely.
it is, Todd. And the finishing touch, even better to make the extra point stand.
As Casesso, excellent getting those passes right through the slot to the weak side. And we have seen it pay off as Zach Howe gets his first goal for the Highlanders. Now that shot knocked down by the glove of Jackson. As Keefe Tech now trying to get the puck in, hold it in at the point. Eisenstein got the shot there, but Jackson was able to knock it aside. Now picked up by Candelino as he dances into the attacking zone. He's got DiCarlo in front of the net, taken away by Keefe Tech.
Candelino's had himself a real active game tonight.
Eisenstein carries it into the attacking zone for the Broncos. He fires that one, gloved away by Jackson. They move it to the far side, and it will get out of the zone as DeVoe had pinched in. As DeVoe now will try to carry it in, but is unable to as it's poked away by Pinero on the back there.
No Seamus Foley tonight, Todd, and as a result, steady ice for Matthew Pinero, who's also got an assist here. One of many Highlanders to pick up a point tonight.
Absolutely. Pinero getting his first assist, I believe.
Yes. A lot of firsts tonight.
Yep. As Shane Doe drives that in, gives it to Casesso. Highlanders playing very, very well up and down the lineup as we're seeing some folks out there getting ice time and really making things happen with that ice time tonight.
Well, and it's something that I'm sure Coach Capazzo's been looking for all season. Obviously, you know what you're going to get from DeAngelis and from Casesso, but can you find some other support? We've seen Braden Hart do that. Tim Jones has 2 goals tonight, Todd. That's a real welcome sight. But to see Zach Howe get his first as a Highlander, real cherry on top moment, but still a lot of hockey to go.
Absolutely. Is breaking in is Bogosian. He's sent to the corner as the defense once again closes down for the Highlanders as DeAngelis picks it up in neutral ice. He'll skate it in. The Highlanders looking for a change behind.
Got to get off the ice there. That was close.
Candelino playing with it there. Very dangerous as Anastos got that one towards Jackson after stealing the puck away. But Jackson right down on top of it, squared up to it, able to make the stop. Highlanders lead 7-0, 5.5 minutes remaining in the second period.
And potentially a dangerous moment with that puck coming back up through neutral ice. 3 Highlanders had to hop onto the bench to avoid a too many men on the ice penalty, but Damian Jackson, as he makes another save, keeping things calm in the nets, and you know that's something that this Highlander team has been able to lean on at times, Todd, this season, whether it's been him or Colin Rosas, 2 young goalies who prior to this season had never really done it before, and here for both of them this year, the numbers have looked good.
No doubt about it as Martel's shot goes wide there. Jackson, as you pointed out a lot, very fundamental, very good at squaring up towards the shot, has done a great job tonight and really good vision tonight seeing the puck.
The key with that, Todd, is he's not a big kid, and when you don't have size in that net, shooters might think that they can take advantage of you, but how you take the advantage of them is how you play your angle and how you play within your net, and Damian's been pretty textbook and pretty sound tonight.
As the Highlanders trying to get it out of the zone, Martel, I strike that, Bogosian will cycle it deeper. Shane Doe will pick it up behind the net. Gives it out to Tim Jones. Jones gives it here to Chase Mobilia as Mobilia gets his first time on the ice tonight. Highlanders go for the change as Bogosian holds it here on the near boards. Highlanders stealing away in neutral ice as Candelino dumps it in. Picked up by Schachter, but DeAngelis will dispossess him of it. As they try to get it here to the near boards, clearing it out. Kept in for just a moment by Casesso, but Bogosian was able to poke it out. Now Candelino once again dumps it in, but Schachter was able to get a hold of it. As the Broncos looking to build some offense here, trailing 7-0. Candelino hit into the boards there. We have a whistle. As offsides is going to be the call.
Well, Todd, they've had some shifts in this game. They've had some brief flickers in this game where it looked like they could have plugged the dam up and maybe gotten back into this game. Jackson, though, has been sharp. They've got some guys who can shoot the puck on this team, whether it's Martel, Bogosian, Anastos, who seems to be everywhere on the ice. He just laid that hit on Candelino. Despite their efforts at times, it just hasn't been enough, and you're down 5-0 after a period. Doesn't get any easier.
And Jackson, an excellent job there as the fluttering puck out in front of the net. In the area was John Martel, But Jackson with the glove takes control and holds on. 3:36 remaining in the second period.
Good job not to let that puck get away from him. And really, if you're the Broncos right now, you just want something good to happen. You're getting closer to the intermission, and can you just try and get a goal here with 3.5 minutes to go in the period?
As that puck gets past and the rebound bounced off, but the Highlanders able to clear it out. I think Shane Doe was able to get the stick to it there.
Jackson got some help there after making that first save, but we always talk about, Todd, how tricky those bouncing pucks can be. That was off a deflection there, and I'm not sure whose stick it hit. But you get that first save from Jackson, all bets are off on that rebound.
As the Broncos try to carry it out, Radswell unable to. Highlanders keeping it on the forecheck. Now they're able to get it out. With speed is Godino. Godino fires that one, goes wide off of Jackson as he was squared up nicely to the shooter.
Came well outside his crease there.
Now speed around as they try to poke it in behind Jackson, and there on the back door off the rebound. As they get the weak side shot past Jackson, the weak side rebound there. So a good job there. I believe that was Godino who got that goal.
You are correct, sir. Hard to tell. They don't have the numbers on the side or on the arms, so you got to look at the back. But Godino is who started that rush originally. Jackson made a real good save off his right shoulder, but credit to the Broncos. They stick with it. They've had shifts at times in this game where they've been able to hold on to pucks in below the goal line and make plays around the net. And that time, Godino sticks around the goal and gets rewarded for it. Jackson really had no chance trying to get back to that stick side.
As Casesso now trying to control and neutral ice, he'll dump it in. As Burnham playing it with the stick a little dangerously there in his crease. Shane Doe holds it in. DeAngelis cycles it deeper. Hart looking to pick it up on the far boards. So he'll press it up against the boards, and DeAngelis will hold it in here near side. Drops it back to Doe. Now Pinero from the point. His shot goes up high. Strike that. That's Candelino from the point. Candelino looking to hold, and he does for a moment, and then cleared it out. As Shane Doe picks it up, 2 minutes remaining in the second period. Highlanders with a 6-goal lead, 7-1. Gets past Braden Hart, but there's Shane Doe to clean the matters up. As Doe will pick it up, sends it up to neutral ice as DeAngelis with speed breaks in. Casesso looking for DeAngelis again, cutting in, but got in behind the net. Now Braden Hart, far boards, cycles it deeper. DeAngelis will pick it up. DeAngelis back down to Casesso behind the net. Casesso out to DeAngelis. DeAngelis' shot goes wide to the far side. Casesso picks it up. Back out to the point. Candelino. Candelino drops it off to Casesso. As Casesso fires that one in. Burnham will hold on with 1:10 remaining. Face-off will stay in the Broncos end.
Well, and you could hear Chris Casesso below the goal line calling for that puck, and they work that give and go. He gets it and whips it. Real great urgency right back onto the tape with Matt DeAngelis. Shot just got deflected wide, but they stick with it. And ultimately, Burnham has to come up with the glove stop.
As the Broncos cycle it around, get it out of the zone. Anastos with speed picks it up in the corner as he drops down to the ice, but he's able to cycle it around behind the Highlander net. Martell helped it around. So try to get it out. That'll be fired wide to the far side. Anastos will pick it up and send it around the boards. Now lights it, trying to keep it in. Unable to, though, as the Highlanders carry it out. Tim Jones, and the offsides is going to be the call as Antonelli was just a little bit ahead. 29.1 seconds remaining in the second period. Highlanders with a 6-goal lead.
Well, Tim Jones makes the defensive play with his legs, the shot block just inside his own line, and it almost gives him an extra burst. He gets up ice, he gets a puck on an indirect feed. Nicely done by Zach Howe, and then, unfortunately for him, Antonelli just a stride ahead of the play. Otherwise, they would have had numbers potentially 2-on-1.
As Martell spins into the Highlander zone, able to dump the puck off. Anastos behind the net. He drops it off Bogosian. as Bogosian shoveled it in front of the net, but Antonelli was able to clear it away. Now Antonelli holds, trying to clear it out, but Anastos with the slap shot, but blocked by the Highlanders and sent out by Tim Jones, and that will do it for the second period of action as the Highlanders lead this one by 6, 7-1, a win, and they're in the playoffs for the third straight year. We will be back for third period action here on Somerville NTV. We are back at the Veterans Memorial Ice Rink in Somerville. Highlanders leading the Keefe Tech Broncos. I'm Todd Harmon alongside Tyler Aragao. And the Highlanders have come out firing tonight, led by 5 minutes into this game. Goals coming from all over the place. Matt DeAngelis, Chris Casesso, of course, but also Braden Hart, Tim Jones twice, Pasquale Candelino, and Zach Howe as well, as Zach has gotten his first goal as a Highlander tonight. So the Highlanders leading 7-1. Win tonight gets you into the playoffs, Tyler. 1 period to go, 15 minutes to close this down.
Yeah, it's just what you wanted through 2 periods. A place you had a lot of success here in terms of how you played at the Vet, and now you just got to close out these next 15 minutes, and you don't want to see any bad habits seep into a game that you've pretty much controlled thoroughly since the get-go, and it's been great to see, Todd.
And that's going to be a goal for the Highlanders, as I think Braden Hart is going to get his second of the night, and that'll be his 5th of the season. Congratulations, Braden.
Second Highlander to get themselves a multi-goal game, and Braden Hart, he started the scoring, and that's just an absolute dart. He's shown that shot off plenty of times this season. Wasn't maybe as accurate as he would have liked it to have been early on in the year, but he's starting to find his mark now, and that was a beautiful shot, posted in. Just how you want to start a period, right out of the locker room. 17 seconds in, and they're on the board with their 8th.
As the Highlanders now with, let's see here, Matt Costa out on the ice, number 13. Number 2, Marco Luis, as well out on the ice. Breaking in is going to be Godino as he fires that one, looking to connect up with Schachter. Net moved off its mooring strike. That is trying to connect up with Radswell.
Hard collision there along the post as Broncos looked a bit dangerous coming in there, and a cross crease pass. They just couldn't quite connect, but Jackson had to take a bump there as the post came off. But for the Highlanders, it's just been great to see, as I was about to say before Hart ripped that shot in the net. It's been great to see goals coming from other areas. Casesso and DeAngelis, they've got 2 of the 8.
That is absolutely true, as Tim Jones wins that face-off. He's got 2 goals tonight, as that shot wide to the near side by Godino. Highlanders able to clear that one out, picked up by Schachter as he sends it back into the zone. Picked up near boards by Radswell. He's checked by Antonelli. As that's going to be passed out of the zone, looking for Schachter. They'll reset things. As as that's going to be an offsides. Face-off's going to come back outside the Highlander zone. 12:36 remaining as the clock is running. 7-goal lead here in the third period. Clock continues to roll through stoppages. So the Highlanders lead this one. In the face-off, Sarah, go Matt Costa for the Highlanders as Mateus Calantro wins that one. Now Hart trying to break in, unable to. Costa looking to get it into the zone. Hart will be able to tap it in. As Lysett around the net with Hart. Broncos trying to control as Matt Day knocked back in by Luis.
Hey, we got Luis and Costa getting a chance to play with Braden Hart almost acting as the veteran on that line. But it's an opportunity when you're up by 7 now to try and get all of your players some ice time here. It's all valuable.
It's Candelino and Pinero, the defensive pairing on this 5 on the ice currently. As the Broncos trying to keep it in the zone, but Braden Hart able to clear it out, and they will go for a change behind it. Clock rolls, 11:20 remaining in the game. Highlanders with a 7-goal lead. As Shane Doe collects it in neutral ice, hits it up high and into the zone. Now against the near boards. Knocked out as Pinero unable to control it there. Call's going to be icing as the Broncos send it all the way down. Highlanders will have the face-off down in the Broncos zone. Tim Jones will take the face-off, I believe, with 10:40 remaining in the game. The clock rolls.
I'm just trying to picture what this game would look like if Zeke Bogosian didn't hit the bend of the post and crossbar right off the hop in this hockey game. The very first grade A look for either team. And it was a bad break for the Broncos, and Highlanders, to their credit, they never looked back. After jumping ahead 1-0, they built that lead up to 3. Didn't convert on the power play, but how they finished off that first period to go ahead by 5, it's translated all the way through, just about through a full 3 periods of play.
As Antonio Luis out on the ice for the Highlanders as well, number 17, his first ice time tonight. Picked up by Ben DiCarlo. As DiCarlo now to Doe. Highlanders unable to clear it out of the zone. Broncos keep it in. As DeVoe gets it to the slot. That one kicked aside by Jackson.
Fantastic save there on a really nice tip. Bogosian had to turn, and it didn't get the blade of his stick on. It was more the shaft, but that thing was labeled for the dead center of the goal, and Jackson with that right leg pad down along the ice. Fantastic stop.
As the Broncos get the puck in, Anastas with the touch. Bogosian picks it up in the corner. As Anastas is down there with him. DiCarlo fighting, Pinero fighting down there for the Highlanders. As DiCarlo now will poke it up ice. Zach Howe, Highlander goal scorer down there, but the icing will be the call. As DiCarlo touched it before center ice. 9 minutes remaining in the game. The clock rolls. Highlanders lead by 7, 8-1. With a victory tonight, the Highlanders will have 10 wins on the season, guaranteeing themselves the 3rd straight season they will appear in the postseason. So a great run there once again for this group of seniors. And we will have senior night here at the Vet on Wednesday. That will be Wednesday night on the 12th, I should say. That will be Wednesday night, the 12th at 6:30, different starting time. They'll be facing off against Methuen, number 10 in Division 3. So a really good opportunity, Tyler, to kind of see what the Highlanders might be matched up against in the first round, because they're going to be playing a team right around number 8 or number 10, being ranked number 25.
It's a real measuring stick opportunity to close out the season, and you know, you've got 4 games remaining, 3 are at home. This being one of them. So you're about 8 minutes away from checking off this box, but Methuen, a much different opponent coming into town on Wednesday. And You certainly don't want to lay an egg on senior night.
No doubt about that. And an opportunity for these seniors, including Casesso and DeAngelis, the two 100-point scorers, first 100-point scorers in Highlander hockey for 7 years. And they're both on this team. They're both seniors on this team. So we will be celebrating them along with Tim Jones and Seamus Foley, the other seniors on this squad, as they will be celebrated Wednesday night against Methuen, a huge game, a great measuring stick game as well, as we look towards a playoff matchup. And Methuen might be one of those teams they are matched up against.
And Todd, you say laying an egg, but it's more so win or lose. What's the effort and what's the compete going to look like against one of the better ranked teams in Division III? So regardless of what the final outcome ultimately is on Wednesday for the Highlanders and for these seniors, at the end of the day, it's going to be more so in terms of what does their effort and execution look like.
A team that they are familiar with. Methuen defeated the Highlanders earlier this season at Methuen by the score of 7-2. So an opportunity for the Highlanders to seek some vengeance as well as getting a feel for what it may look like in the playoffs. So make sure you come out here to the Vet Wednesday night, the 12th, 6:30. We will have coverage here on Somerville Ed TV. Make sure you like, share, subscribe if you aren't able to make it out to the Vet. But let's have a playoff atmosphere here at the Vet on Wednesday night, as the Highlanders lead this one 8-1, 6.5 minutes remaining. Matt Costa into the zone. Played back to the point. Doe keeps it in. Candelino fires it towards the net. Costa with the touch, went wide. Now Doe fires that one, kicked aside by Burnham. Doe unable to hold that one in at the point as it goes all the way down ice. No icing on the play, as Candelino now will pick it up. Candelino into the attacking zone. He fires that one. It's deflected up over the net. Candelino picks it up off the net. Sends it out towards the point, but the Broncos able to clear it away.
And Candelino's had himself a really impressive game, Todd. The power play goal back in the second period, but a player that brings them a lot of depth and versatility from that back end position.
Candelino really has rounded out into a strong player, both defensively and offensively. Plays the defensive position along with Doe. Without Foley here tonight, the Highlanders not really missing Foley very much because they're getting such effort from Doe, or I should say from Candelino. Pinero also looking nice out there at the defensive position as well.
Yeah, the deep pairings they've rolled out have been different at times. The combinations have mixed and matched, but the results have been there.
Tim Jones fires that one, look for the Hattie, kicked aside by Burnham as Luis got it to the corner, tried to send it back to the slot, but it was knocked aside by the Broncos. Doe once again holding in at the blue line. An excellent job by Doe as he sends that one deeper. There's Tim Jones as he tries to scoop the backhand, but it goes through the crease. No danger there. 4:40 remaining in the game as they move that puck up ice, but unable to handle it. Now Bogosian will pick it up on the far boards as Luis tries to get it away from him there. Bogosian handling the puck. Over here to the near side. Gets it to Anastos. Anastos back to the point. Fired in. Jones, he'll block that one and try to carry it out, but picked up by Martel. Martel's shot goes wide. The rebound attempt by Bogosian up high. I don't know if Jackson got any touch on that one, but he was definitely well positioned.
Looked like it just lifted over his left hand, but that's what happens when you have chances to clear and then fail to do so. A little bit different when you're up 8-1, but nonetheless, talk about those habits, Todd, and right there, an opportunity to get a puck out off the boards. You try and skate it right up the middle. Bad things can happen if you turn it over.
Is Martel able to get away from Pinero there? Pinero loses his stick, but picks it up just in time to get the puck. Now, out in open ice is Marco Luis as he will dump it in and go for the change. 3:30 remaining in the game. Highlanders with the 8-1 lead. Zach Howe back out on the ice for the Highlanders. He scored his first goal as a Highlander tonight as Candelino dumps that one in. Antonio Luis over on the far boards will go for it, and we have a stoppage here.
I didn't realize it was offside. Down that left wing side. He was chasing after that puck. That'll bring the faceoff all the way down to the Somerville's though, but the clock's still ticking now, down under 3 minutes. Still though, visiting team, got the bus waiting for you outside. You don't want to go empty-handed, and they do have a goal on the board, but why not try and get 1 or 2 more if you're Keefe Tech?
It's Kyle Antonelli in the face-off circle. They tried to do a quick one there out of the face-off, and Damien up to the task as Jackson quickly able to get a hold of that one.
Cat like they're pouncing on the rebound as well. Always have to be aware of what the face-off man is going to do with that puck, and Jackson was able to get those pads down just in time with his stick.
Yeah, Godino looking for his second of the game as Howe, nice job in neutral ice, able to bully his way towards the zone. As that puck dumped in by DiCarlo, but taken out by the Broncos. As Godino will chase Pinero behind the net. Godino able to get that off. Unable to be controlled though, as DeVoe thought he had it, but wasn't able to get the puck, get the stick to it. And Howe is able to clear it out. Under 2 minutes remaining. Highlanders with the 8-1 lead as they are signing their playoff papers tonight with the victory. Antonelli will control behind the net. As he gets the puck out, that's going to go all the way down ice. I don't know whether it was touched, and it was not. So the icing will come back to the Highlanders end. The clock continues to roll. Minute 20 remaining in the game as the face-off will near the end of this game. As the Highlanders will get their 10th win of the season, they'll move to 10-7. Keefe Tech will move to 6-8 on the season, and the Highlanders will get ready for that big matchup on Wednesday against Methuen.
Yeah, they're going to extend now to a 4-game winning streak as we hit the final minute. They're going to have a couple more games left here at the Vet to try and improve on this home record, but 6 of their 10 victories this year, Todd, will have come on this very same sheet of ice.
The Highlanders have the opportunity, possibly, if they're able to get an upset against Methuen, could set themselves up to host a playoff game here in the qualifying round, depending upon how things shake out and how many non-top 32 teams make it into the playoffs. Of course, playoff matchups will be out on the weekend of the February 21st and 22nd. Keep your eyes on MIAA.net as they will have the hockey as well as girls basketball, as well as boys basketball the Highlanders will be involved in. As Zach Howe fires that one towards the net, Burnham will hold on, and that will likely do it as the clock ticks down the last 5 seconds of this game. And the Highlanders are going to come away with the victory, Tyler. A game the Highlanders were favored to win. They came in, they did exactly what they needed to do, and got into the playoffs for the 3rd straight season in a row.
Yeah, they knew they had to win this game to clinch that spot, get that 10th victory, and they have done just exactly that. Started off in the first period with Braden Hart. He just about near started it and finished it amongst a sandwich of other goal scorers. Really a well-balanced night for the Highlanders. They get a pair of goals from Tim Jones, 4 points from Matt DeAngelis. Chris Casesso gets his 20th goal of the season. The list goes on and on. Everybody really had their hands in this 8-1 win. And on top of it all, Damian Jackson, strong game from him here on home ice. He closed down the stretch here, heading to the playoffs.
Absolutely. Highlanders will get a playoff tune-up for senior night coming up Wednesday night, February 12th, 6:30 start here at the Vet. They will face off against number 10 Methuen, number 10 versus number 25 in Division 3 here at the Vet. It will be senior night. We celebrate Matt DeAngelis, Chris Casesso, Seamus Foley, and Tim Jones as those seniors will lead the Highlanders back to the playoffs for the 3rd straight season. Thank you so very much for watching at home. We really do appreciate it. Make sure you mash those buttons for us. Like, share, subscribe, sign up for those notifications so you know when we have these live broadcasts coming to you. We have big playoff implications coming for boys basketball as well as girls basketball. So keep your eyes here on Somerville Ed TV. Thank you very much for watching at home. We really do appreciate it. Thank you very much, Tyler Aragao on commentary, Lenny Scaletta on camera, Ben Martin on direction. I am Todd Harmon, and you have been watching Somerville Highlander Hockey on Somerville Ed TV.